today's news, the Speaker leads an all-female delegation at International Parliamentary Conference, and 20 selected to represent the British Virgin Islands in the upcoming Under-17 CONCACAF tournament in the United States. And Cline believes the next VI Premier will be a female, predicts major shift will occur during the next election. And Marilin Malone Bass welcomed into the list of local authors with the launch of her first book. But these are more stories when 284 News return.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What do you really? Hey, this ain't like you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Well, welcome viewers to the Wednesday, August 24th edition of 284 News. I am Kamal Haynes, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. I want to thank you so much for joining us. Well, we start today's newscast with news from the House of Assembly, where viewers, the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Mrs. Corinne George Massicot, is leading an all-female delegation at the 65th Parliamentary Conference being hosted by the Canadian Region of Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. Well, this was confirmed in a media release from the House of Assembly, which said the Speaker is accompanied by the Territorial at-Large Member and Junior Minister for Trade and Economic Development and Agriculture and Fisheries, Honourable Shireen Flatz-Charles, Clerk of the House, Ms. Phyllis Evans, and Senior Executive Officer, Mrs. Myrna Leonard Penn. Well, the CPA flagship event is its Commonwealth Parliamentary Conference and is said to be the largest gathering of over 500 parliamentarians, parliamentary staff, and decision makers from across the Commonwealth who come together to discuss and debate critical global political issues and developments. There will be a number of conferences and meetings during this year's conference, including the 38th Small Branches Conference, the 7th Triennial Commonwealth Women Parliamentarian Conference, the CPA Executive Committee meetings, the Commonwealth Parliamentary with Disabilities meetings, and the 56th Society of Clerks at the Table General Meeting. Well, viewers, this year's meeting conference is being held from August 20th to 26th under the theme Inclusive, Accessible, and Strong Parliaments, the cornerstone of democracy and essential for development, end quote. Well, viewers, moving on, where a 20-member squad has been selected to represent the British Virgin Islands in the upcoming CONCACAF Under-17 Championship in Florida, where the squad was announced at a media conference early on Tuesday, August 23rd, by the president of the BVI Football Association, Mr. Andy Bickerton.
So our goalkeepers are Ollie Henderson and Devon Latine. Defenders, Sean Samuel, Decoy Morton, Jaden Abrams, Oric Kennedy, Jefferson Frank and Curtis Lane. Midfielders, Nathaniel Williams, Rush Broderick, Jahari Lacey, Azani Corwood, Dylan Cline, Kiran Simadi and Sebastian Santos. And the strikers are Emmanuel Etienne, Joel Mars, Samuel Guilford, Jaden Abrams and Johnny Rowe. Our staff, Jermaine Abrams, head coach, because Mr. Manley's not going. The national coach Chris Kiomwa will be there to give advice to Jermaine when he asks for it. So we brought in high level coaching support for Jermaine. Richie Morton will be the equipment manager, Maurice Mark the goalkeeping coach, Levi James the physio, and Humphrey Lou the team manager.
Well, viewers, the team will be in group containing Bermuda, Bahamas, St. Martin, Bonaire, and Guyana. Well, speaking on the team was Coach Manley, who expressed extreme confidence towards his boys.
I believe in the team. We played 8 friendly games for the past months. We won 4 of these games, draw 2 other games, and we lose 2. But the games we were playing were clubs. Men versus the under 17, and they've been doing very good. We started the first game a little bit shaky, our first friendly game, and the level come higher and higher. Our last game there we played against Lion Hearts, and we won 2-1, and the guys were so impressed. The adults were very impressed with the team, and I believe the boys are ready. And I like the support of the FA and the managers and all the coaches that have been helping us. The manager putting everything in place, the general secretary putting everything in place. And I believe the boys will win this tournament.
Well, the head coach for this tournament, Jermaine Abrams, shared a similar sentiment, stating that he intends to make Coach Manley proud.
On behalf of the U17 boys, most of these boys been together from they're 10 years old. A lot of years they played together. We've been to Puerto Rico in tournaments, so they all know each other. So bringing them together as a U17 team, I think the camaraderie is great among them. We proved that 2 weeks ago when we do a 2 practice match against the USVI. In the first game we won 4-0. The second game they went up on us and we faced some adversity. We get a water break and we talked and we asked them that we need to bind together. This is the time we have to show how relentless we are. This is the time we have to show resilience, because every day is not the same. Some day you wake up, things is good, and then by 12 o'clock in the day, things gone haywire. So these guys at 16 years old, most of them are 16 and 15 years old. We try to teach them life. Football is life. Things you go through in life, you meet them on the football field.
Well, meanwhile, Captain Jaden Abrams gave his insight on the tournament. He believes his team will gel well to execute solid performances during their games.
I feel that we could do something really good in the tournament. For the preparation during the month of July, we had practices Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We did a couple sessions and we were just preparing. Then in the month of August, we had practices from Monday to Friday, and the practices were very intense, and I feel that we could do very good at the tournament.
Well, President Bickerton also revealed that the team will be partaking in a warm-up match prior to the commencement of the championship. He said that a pre-tournament game will be played in Miami against David Beckham's Inter Miami FC.
They're off to Florida on Wednesday. They go to Miami first because we've arranged a friendly for them against the Inter Miami Football Club in Fort Lauderdale. They'll be playing their under-16s. The public should know that football club is partly owned by David Beckham of Manchester United and Real Madrid fame. So we thought it would be a good opportunity for them to play some high-level competition before they got to Tampa. Plus also we have a number of our players who are based in the UK and they'll be coming over. So it's an opportunity for all of our players to get together.
Well, viewers, the BVI will begin its campaign on Tuesday, August 30th against Bermuda at 11 a.m. with all games expected to be streamed live on the CONCACAF network. Well, up next, Cline believes the next VI Premier will be a female. He predicts a major shift will occur during the next election. And Marilin Malone Bass welcomed into the list of local authors with launch of her first book. Well, these and more stories when 284 News return.
You value traditions. You value music. You value education. Family. I love you. Service.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Love. Life. At Popular, we're committed to you and everything our community values. For the things you value the most, count on us. Popular.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Hello?
Wait, you had a lunch at CONCACAF? You say you were sick? What happened to all wedding rehearsal?
No, babe. I'm actually watching the news right now. Take a listen.
Topping our newscast today, UFOs seen around Tortola Pier Park.
And District 3 residents outraged over no water supply. They simply cannot bathe. These and more stories when 284 News returns.
All right, babe, just get some rest, take 2 Advil, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay, honey. I see you later. I love you.
It's clear to see that Coconut Lounge is a place to be, the coolest cocktail lounge in the British Virgin Islands. A lounge like no other, with welcoming, professional service, and a breathtaking ambiance. Not forgetting a diverse selection of wines, beers, and signature cocktails. Cozy, comfortable, contemporary. Coconut Lounge at Tortola Pier Park. Visit us today.
Well, welcome back, viewers. Well, local talk show host Claude Skelton Cline believes that the next general election will change the course of politics in the British Virgin Islands and open the gate for greater female leadership in the territory by bringing forth the first female premier. Well, Cline made a comment during the August 23rd edition of the Honestly Speaking radio show, where he told listeners and viewers on social media that he had already identified who this woman is likely to be, but stopped shy of revealing her name by promising that would be revealed at a later date.
To mention the name and the caliber and the virtues and the quality of spirit of the person I believe is going to be the next premier of this country. And it's a woman, and it's not the usual suspects. And by that I mean it's not the normal names. Let me use that term. It's not the normal names that one might envisage. But I will know the Lord gives me release when I get a peace about it.
Well, Cline said that despite his strong beliefs on the matter, he has not been in contact with this person, but is instead observing with hope that she will realize her true potential.
I haven't spoken to this person. I have not. But I am praying that she will have her burning bush experience. And I think I invited you some weeks ago to pray the same. And some people will say, well, Cosket and Cline, how you be saying these things? And, you know, you have family, friends. Yeah, I do. You know, given the nature of our culture and the closeness of all of us, all of the people who are elected one way or another, no matter what side of the aisle they sit on, you know, these are our family and our friends. We have relationships. Some are closer than the other.
Well, in addition to his belief of a female successor to Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley, Cline also believes that there will be a significant shift in the composition of the House of Assembly, with very few existing representatives being re-elected.
There's a few who would remain standing, but you won't be able to count them on more than the 3 or 4 fingers on my hand. Nonetheless, I do want you to be prayerful. You don't have to pray about what I'm praying about. You just pray that God will raise up, that whoever these people are, that they too will have their burning bush experience and will present themselves to this country that provides the voting population a real meaningful option insofar as leadership in this country.
Well, Cline's own estimation is that only 3 of the 4 will make the cut, where the next general election in the territory is slated for early 2023. Well, moving on, viewers, we're on August 17th. Marilin Malone Bass was given an official welcome into the fraternity of local authors of the British Virgin Islands, with a ceremony held to launch her first book entitled Boundless Childhood Joy, Tales from In and Around the Garden. Well, the book consists of short stories capturing the memories of the author, her relatives and childhood friends who would have grown up in the Fat Hogs Bay community during the late 1960s. Malone Bass said that she was drawn to write the book as a means of immortalizing this period of life in the British Virgin Islands and remind those who were children in the 60s of the joys of their childhoods.
I was inspired to write the book for the following reasons. Boundless Childhood Joy came about as a way to preserve the happy childhood memories I share with my siblings, relatives, and others growing up in the 60s in Fat Hogs Bay, located on the island of Tortola in the British Virgin Islands. I felt compelled to write the stories because those who share those happy childhood memories would smile and laugh when we talk about those good old days. These memories are as fresh as they were yesterday. The book includes some history and culture of the British Virgin Islands. Please note that we should treasure, teach, and document our history, lest we forget it.
Well, during the ceremony, Malone Bass was congratulated by attendees, including Miss Valerie Letsom, who described the author as a cousin and childhood friend. Well, Letsom addressed the gathering on her pleasant experience with reading the book.
It has brought back so many memories. To be honest with you, it has lifted my spirit and put thankfulness in my heart. You know, lately I've been hearing from many persons, Teacher Val, man, you ain't aging at all. You're young as ever. And I'm wondering if it's since I read this book is when that came out in me. Because this book has really, really blessed me in a special, special way. And on behalf of the Bay people, the old people used to say, Fat Hogs Bay. On behalf of the Bay people, I want to thank Marilyn for coming through for us.
Well, physical copies of the book are now available for purchase and are recommended for ages 9 and up. Malone Bass hopes that in the future, the book will be used as a reader for middle school children in the British Virgin Islands and in the United States Virgin Islands. Well, up next, viewers, the OECS Director General urges institutional strengthening at CELAC, and Barbados' Prime Minister warns of exacerbated food supply disruptions in the region amid widespread drought. We'll get to those stories after a word from our sponsors.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up, start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting for people just like you. We all have our reasons, and for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
The beautiful Virgin Islands, or nature's little secret as some prefer, where the weather stays warm and the drinks stay cold, where men in wigs get their lawyer bills paid by governments and governments lose planes, where walls are built and prisoners escape. You vacation where we suffer. BVI Love.
Well, welcome back, viewers. Well, during a presentation of the 2022 International Seminar of the Community of Latin American and Caribbean States, also referred to as CELAC, Director General of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, Dr. Dedesis Jules, called for greater institutional strengthening of the agency.
Most important thing about CELAC and the greatest contribution that CELAC can make, not just to our region but to the world, is integration for peace. In the long march of history, humanity has faced episodic catastrophe that seemed in that generational moment to signal the end of the world. But life has continued. The difference between these past episodes and today is that we have reached that tipping point of no return in our insensitivity to the delicate balance of nature. The climate crisis is real, and its scale and intensity are of global proportions. No continent is spared. No location is isolated.
Well, the seminar focused on facilitating discussions on the presence of integration opportunities within CELAC and the role the organization plays globally. While speaking to the urgent international challenges facing the region at the time, Dr. Jules continued his remarks by contextualizing the realities facing the organization.
So we find ourselves at this inflection point today, with globalization in tatters, with regionalization becoming increasingly an amphitheater of both convergence of common interests and contestation for better advantage. In the face of the multidimensional crises confronting us in this moment, it is urgent that we who are committed to CELAC revisit and sharpen our sense of purpose. Our why must be clear enough that it justifies the effort and focuses the agenda.
Well, Dr. Jules added that the process of determining a more clinical, decisive, and incisive purpose for CELAC must be grounded and informed by an understanding of history and effectively define the contours of the integration ambition. Well, during the seminar, he also provided several recommendations on these matters on behalf of the OECS, including an increase in the political muscle of CELAC and its membership and the avoidance of bureaucratic processes that have been criticized for hindering progress within the CELAC space. Moving on to our final story, viewers, where Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Motley, has warned leaders of the region that droughts being experienced in several areas of the world, including North America and China, are threatening to exacerbate food supply disruptions in the Caribbean. Motley made this statement during her address to the Agri-Investment Forum and Expo recently, stating that disruption stems from the result of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. She stressed that recognizing the dangers ahead and making the necessary plans and adjustments to mitigate its effects must be done on a scale that is beyond the medium term.
We have been, as recent as this week, receiving stories in the news media of the acute droughts that are taking place, not just in North America, but in China and other parts of the world. We expect that this will all have an impact on the supply of food going into next year. It therefore means that our plans cannot only be the medium-term plans to substitute feed, which we must do, as Guyana is planning to do under the distinguished leadership of my brother, President Ali, by 2025, with corn and soya production being ramped up to scale. But in the interim, we don't have the luxury of that, because we have a population that is feeling the vagaries and the negative consequences of rampant inflation. But inflation is going to also reinforce the fact that the lack of access is going to be there because of these droughts.
Well, Motley stressed that no government can avoid the realities of needing to feed its people, and that there are things that can be done and have been done in the past to ensure navigating through tough times.
None of us can avoid the reality that our people must eat. And the reality is that there are things that we can do and that we have done in our past to ensure survival. And we are there again. Whether it is rabbits or chickens, whether it is fishing, whether it is new forays, as we are doing in Barbados, into aquaculture, we have the responsibility for urgent action today.
Well, Prime Minister Motley noted that following the Guyana Forum, regional heads had been tasked with formulating a framework for financing these plans. She added that her own country, Barbados, is working closely with regional and international organizations to engage financiers for this purpose. Well, also in attendance at the meeting was the Premier and Minister of Finance, Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley. Well, viewers, that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com and like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye-bye.
The wait is over. CCT Fire is here. Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire. Bring it home and upgrade today.
A show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. It doesn't always involve suits and, bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons that translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men. This season, I'm taking you on an entirely different journey, from chefs to dancers, philanthropists, communications specialists, and much more. I'm heading outside in the field to share the journey of some of the BVI's best and brightest men. From East End to West End, Bojangara, Jackson Lake, not forgetting Antigata. Our Virgin Islands gentlemen are doing the damn thing, and I'm so proud. Get ready to reason, reflect, and redirect. We are the movers and shakers of this generation, and we ain't afraid to show it. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, Season 3 by yours truly, Ron Grant, raising a generation of greatness. Brilliant Hands and Minds tutoring services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come. Yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Over there. You must stop